Hello there. Hello there. Really good to virtually, as it is at the moment, see you. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for your patience with me. So we've got a little meditation practice for you for this evening. This is for this evening, 31st of January 2022. And I was planning to do this live, and I couldn't because the tickets I had to go to Mexico to teach at the International Breathing Festival, the plane got cancelled. So we then had to rearrange the tickets, and the only time we could go was tonight at 6 o'clock. So that's the way it is. So I thought I'd get up in the morning. I just got back off retreat last night about 9-10 o'clock, and now thought get this recording made for you. So it's here for you for tonight now. Okay, so enjoy it, please. And this is a powerful meditation. It's based on understanding the human mind. And this meditation kind of downloaded itself into my body, into my brain, a long time ago on a meditation retreat that I was taking part in. It was a silent retreat, but it came to me. And I took it to India with me to practice when I was on a retreat in India. It was a personal retreat. And it was there that I was studying as well. And I found it as Tibetan meditation. It's also connected, directly related to this Tibetan meditation. So I thought I'd go back in and play with this with you now and do a breath-based version of it just to explore it a little bit for tonight. And then you can take away. It's a powerful, beautiful method. I love it. Exquisite. So as we begin, I want you to get yourself really comfortable in sitting. We're going to do a sitting practice. You could do it lying down. You could do it lying down as well. The only thing to do is make sure you stay awake, and you can do it either way. There's no particular rationale to meditating sitting up, except it keeps you awake. Long, tall nervous system can be beneficial. All right, lovely. So get yourself really comfortable sitting or in lying down. I'll give you a moment or two to do that, to adjust yourself, and just shuffle around and get really comfortable and steady. Beautiful. And then mentally, and when I say mentally, we're using the yogic sense of the word mental, which means mind and heart together. Mind and heart together. Clarity of mind, compassion, openness of heart. So bring that clarity clearly into your body, fully land in this experience. And connect from your heart into the totality, the field. You're already connected. Actually, what you're doing is recognizing and remembering the already connection. It's always like this, and it's already like this, and it always will be like this. So it's the always already. You're just recognizing and remembering the always already. And that totality of the universe, of the cosmos and beyond, the livingness of everything. In Sanskrit has a name, it's called Brahman. It's just a name for that verb. It's important at the beginning of the practice to connect to this and to create, if you need to, and in any way you can, boundary, and in front of you, behind you, to each side, above and below, east, west, north, south, earth, sky. Create a sense of boundary and clarity within which there's only benevolence, so that you feel utterly safe in this, because otherwise you can't do the practice very well. It's necessary to do this. Now, I suggest that as you're doing this, you're going to go into each of those directions. I suggest that what you do is come into a conscious breath now. Tongue behind the top teeth, spread your nostrils wide. Come into a steady, long breath, slow and long. And as you're doing this now, reach into each of those directions. East, west, north, south. Those experiences, those geographical experiences, the earth, into the center of the earth, and to the sky above, to space above. There's space below as well, by the way, just to be clear. All of it. And in the center, your heart. And feel all of this. And stay with the breath now, making it as long and steady as you can. And we're going to go through a little process of recognition, first of all. Recognition, first of all, of the nature of the sense fields. Seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, and smelling. The electromagnetic experience of life. And the inner sense fields. Of feeling inside, interoception. Of knowing the relationship of body parts to each other, proprioception. And the sense making of thinking. Thinking is a sense field. It's the sense that seeks to make sense out of the other senses. Sound, seeing, hearing and seeing, touching, tasting, smelling, the electromagnetic pranic experience. That's 6. Interoception, deep feeling inside the body, this capacity to feel or even get some kind of visual sense as well in the body. It's the see feel inside the body. Proprioception, which is where your joints are and where bits are in relationship to each other. And thinking, sense making. So it's the 9 senses, 9 senses. If you want to add in one more, then you can add in the intuition, the deep knowing of the heart, to give you 10 senses. 10 senses. Recognizing that each one of those in the experience of living as a human being has its limits. If that's not clear, then understand the vision of an eagle as you breathe. And understand the limitations of the human experience of vision. Feeling into sound, hearing, understand the hearing of something like a bat or a dog even, and the limitations of human experience. Touch. Just momentarily connect with an octopus which has 8 limbs, and on each limb is 2,000 suckers, and every single sucker has its own independent mobility. Nervous connection is like a brain in every leg. And whilst we can increase that experience with practice, recognize its limitation in the human form. That's all. And the electromagnetic experience. And there are creatures such as catfish, electric eels, sharks, that really do experience electromagnetism in a much more powerful way. So recognizing and accepting it. We're just accepting the limitations of being human, living in this human capacity in this way. And taste and smell, chemical senses. You know, again, something like a catfish, its whole skin, its taste buds, thousands of them. Taste the water as it swims through it. Now, to get our sense making working, we use all of these senses, including the heart's intuition, interoception and proprioception. And we combine these senses and we relate these senses to what has happened previously. So the limitations of the sense field, and we only pay attention to what we pay attention to. Stay with the breath. We only pay attention to what we pay attention to. We miss everything else. Of the millions and billions and trillions of pieces of information that come into the brain body at any one point in time, a small amount of that comes into the field of consciousness. Breathe. And out of that which comes into the field of consciousness, we mostly pay attention to that which is emotionally significant. That which was emotionally significant, that which was important, that which we paid attention to, we log as memory. And our past is made up of those memories, and that's it. Not what actually happened, but what we paid attention to, and what was emotionally significant. And then every time we re-remember it, we change it slightly. So recognizing how we make memory and its limitations. All of the information from the sense fields reflected through past experience, through the sense of selfing, the I, me, mine story that we're consistently and continuously weaving in the world. Through this, we craft stories and meanings. Stories are all based around I, me, mine, selfing and the othering. The meanings are made out of this partial information to create some sense of what the world is about, for us to find our place in it, to have meaning. And there's nothing wrong with these. They're beautiful. Narrative and storytelling is amazing. It's how we humans communicate. Meaning is fantastic, whether it's philosophy or not. What we're understanding here is how we do this and the limitations of this, and this is all. Breathe gently, full and slow. And one of the things about being human is then we apprehend what's going to happen in the future. We are prehensile in our capacities to reach out into possible futures and consider that if this happens, then maybe this, and maybe this, and maybe that, and then this. So it's apprehension, which can, of course, lead to a state of anxiety. So breathe and bring your nervous system into a state of peace, lengthening the exhale, bringing the exhale down, spreading the nostrils wide. Let your whole nervous system, brain, body relax into the weave of space-time as space-time with the breath. And land fully in the body. Land fully and completely in the body. Get comfortable. Just check again into those 6 directions and then inside. And check everything feels safe and good. No, we're not trying to meditate. We're not trying to get into any high state here. Sometimes we can do that to experience bliss and understand the relationship of bliss and emptiness, form and formlessness. neurological possibility. But for now, just for now, we're going to find that regular, gentle rhythm of breath, continuous, conscious, clear. And what we're not going to do for a while is we're not going to do any past. So if you notice things coming up from the past, just label it in past. It's done. If you notice anything coming up in terms of stories, any story about who you are or how you're meditating or how you're not meditating, or how this is happening or the other happening, or how this, just story it. It's a story. Stories are always about me and others, remember, about how you are in the world and in relationship to objects or others. If any meanings come up, just label a meaning. Past, story, meaning. And if you notice any apprehension about what might happen in a minute's time, or 5 minutes' time, or 5 years' time, just label it future. Future telling. It's past remembering, meaning making, storytelling, and future telling. And selfie. And what we're going to do now is just drop inside all of this and let all of it just settle out, settle down. Allow all of it, like dust, when you clean a room, to settle down. Resting naturally, effortlessly, easy in the body. Without any past telling, without any storytelling, without any meaning making, without any future telling. Getting really comfortable, just being here. In the weave of space-time, as the weave of space-time, in the weave of whatever is beyond space-time, as the weave of whatever is beyond space-time. Conscious, present, clear, here and now, fully here, fully now. Comfortable in the body. And let the breath begin to settle, giving it back to the brainstem, letting the brainstem run with the breath, but staying in full and complete awareness of the breath, every nuance, every subtlety. Noticing the micro movements of the body to breathe. Notice every movement of emotion, every movement of sensation in the body, every movement of thought. And if the thought happens, is it past telling, storytelling, meaning making, or future telling? And just label it and let it drop. This is the practice of labeling to allow you to settle the mind fully and completely. It's worth practicing this with the eyes closed or almost closed until you can be really comfortable for half an hour, 30 minutes, without any selfing, storytelling, meaning making, future telling or pasting happening. There's none of those happenings. There's just awareness, and awareness of awareness. Awareness of breathing, muscles, the feeling and sensation of the body. Awareness of emotion, awareness of any thought, and letting all the thoughts settle, no pasting, no future telling, no storytelling, no meaning making, no meditation even, just resting naturally in this livingness, as this livingness, present, aware, and aware of awareness. This is the practice. This is the practice, supreme practice, non-meditation. There's some industrial sounds in the background. I don't know if you can hear them, but I can. Some people started working on the road outside. And this is amazing because this is such an opportunity when this kind of thing happens to drop deeper into presence. So when you go into something like the Mind Mastery course and look at the situationist meditation, this is the key to the situationist practices, where you can be in a meditative state in any situation, anywhere, at any time, should you choose, resting naturally in the body, undisturbed. No pasting, no storytelling, no meaning making, no future telling, no meditation. Fully present, fully here, fully now. And this is a choice that's available to you any point in time. Rest in a little deeper. Remember the past as you remember it, as you recall it. It's beautiful. It's done. Resolve and integrate anything from the past that is still resonating in the present. Best you can. Understand the limitations of storytelling and tell your stories well. Tell the difficult stories to certain key people a few times and then let them go. Tell them with love, kindness to yourself. Be aware of the limitations of meaning making. And don't ever quite believe it. Stay open to what's more. And understand that regardless of any clairvoyant capacities, no one tells the future. Certainly not completely. And relax into the weave of space-time as the weave of space-time and beyond. With the breath, long and slow. The heart gentle and open. The mind clear in awareness. Body strong and well as possible. Understanding the sense fields and their limitations and appreciating them. Sound, vision, touch, taste and smell, proprioception and interoception, thinking, sense making, and the heart's intuition. Come into a long, slow, steady breath again. Feel the length, space in the breath. Feel the fullness of the body breathing, the belly, the sides, the back, the front, the length of the spine. The spread of the nostrils, the relaxation of the jaw. Find the beauty, the delight, the innate, natural perfection of life. Now, in this moment. Wonderful. Wonderful. Gently open your eyes if they're closed. And find in each of the directions, east, west, north, south, earth below you, sky and space above, remembering there's space below. Find in each of these directions a sense of gratitude and appreciation for this moment of breath, this moment of life. Whatever's happening. Beautiful rest of evening, and thank you for tuning in to this little practice this evening, the practice of no meditation. Stay blessed. Be well.